Howdy friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Luke and today we got a plant unboxing, so stay tuned for more. I received this lovely package from my friend Steve. Yeah, I have killed that on Instagram. I'll leave his information down below. But we met through the plant community. We kind of started following each other on Instagram. We started chatting quite a bit, and we've now become internet plant friends. So he reached out saying he was downsizing his collection a little bit and asked if I would want any cuttings, and he had a few that were on my wish list, so I took him up on it. There are some that are more on the rare side, some I'm pretty excited about, so let's kind of jump in and see. Oh, and there's a little note on here. Well, you know, I don't want to read this all because it kind of gives away what's in here. So I scratched that. I'm not going to read the note out loud because I don't want to give away what's in the box, and it says it's in the box. Some of them rooted better than others. Some did not root super well, so he threw in some cuttings. Thank you very much. He also threw in a little extra that I wasn't expecting that I've heard of, but I don't know much about. So we'll have to kind of check that out and see. But let's just jump right in because this has been sitting on my counter since I got home. All right, so first up we got, here's the box. Ooh, lots of planty things. So first up, aha. Wow, some cuttings, quite a few. Some cuttings, ha. I believe this is the Cebu Blue. This is a lot of cuttings. Moist too. So you can see the leaf here. If my memory serves me right, this is the Cebu Blue. So there's tons of like just cuttings here that I could try to probably cut up, throw in some leca or something. We'll have to see. I need a table to put this stuff on. I did not expect this much. Some of them have roots. So you can see this one has a few roots. You can see some roots there. This appears to be more of a juvenile one. But yeah, how exciting. Cebu Blue. This has been on my wish list for so long, and I haven't been able to find one. So I'm excited to add it to the collection. So yeah, Cebu Blue has been on my wish list for quite some time. I haven't been able to find one, and this is like a plethora of cuttings. So I'm gonna have to chop some of these up. Maybe I'll try to root them in sphagnum moss, or maybe I'll try water propping as well. Or maybe I'll try just throwing them right in leca. We'll have to see. But I'm so excited for these cuttings, and so very many of them, which I was not expecting. Oh, this is great. How exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna set these kind of over here, and let's kind of jump into the next one. I think these are the Cebu Blue cuttings that he tried to water prop potentially, and he said didn't really prop so well. So you can see they came in sphagnum moss, kind of just tied off in a plastic bag. Pretty standard stuff, still fairly moist. If for some reason these bite the dust, I have all these other cuttings that I can use as insurance. So I'm sure I'll be able to get something out of this. All right, so next up is, aha, I believe this is the Siltepecana, the Monstera Siltepecana. The leaves kind of have like a silvery kind of thing going on. He did say that it's a slow grower for him. I have a Monstera Peru that is also being a very slow grower. I don't know a ton about Siltepecana. I just know I almost bought one at one point and then did not. So now I can add this to the collection. Hopefully I'll have decent luck. So let's open one of these up and check the roots out, see kind of how they survived. Yeah, so there you can see the roots are looking pretty good. You can see there. Not overly moist, but definitely not dry, so that's a good sign. This one's got a nice, decent root on it. So yeah, I think it'll do just fine. Probably gonna get some of these into like leca or water or something. I haven't fully decided yet. I'm gonna at least start by moistening the sphagnum moss, so they can at least stay nice and wet. But yeah, excited to add this to my collection. I'm gonna have to do a little research and see how to take care of it, because I don't know a ton about Siltepecana, but if it's anything like other Monsteras, it should be fairly easy, but we'll have to see. So excited. All right, let's kind of see what's next. Next up is, aha, this must be the Philodendron mayoi. Mayoi? I don't know how to say it. Boy, this is a big one. Look at that, viney SOB. But you can see it kind of has a really unique leaf pattern. So there's like that unique leaf shape here. That's probably a good example there. quite the unique leaf shape. This one's just a long vine. I don't know much about this plant. I'm guessing it's a vining philodendron because it looks viney. But yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more research. This is quite the long one. Maybe I'll try to like chop it up and water prop it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with some of these. Like I mentioned, I'm going to keep them isolated under some light for a little while, and then I'll try to figure out long term what's the best solution. My experience with philodendron has been pretty good so far. The vining variety I find a little easier, but I've had decent luck with kind of like the upright philodendron as well. I have a Birkin and a McCoy's Folly that have been doing quite well. So I think I'm up to the challenge, but we'll have to do a little research and find out. You can kind of tell it's a vining philodendron because it has these, I think they're called cataphyls, like the sheaths that protect the leaves as they come out. Pretty good sign that it's a vining philodendron. So maybe I'll just chop that one up and do some water propping. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if he pulled it out of soil. I'll have to read the note a little bit more in detail. But what a fun little extra that I wasn't expecting, and I'm excited to add that to the collection for sure. Next up is one I was very interested in, and this is much larger than I was expecting. Frankly, I was expecting like little tiny cuttings, and these are like full-on plants. Some of them, but this is one I've had my eye on for so long. It is the Syngonium Wendlandii. What is that? Yes, very pretty, very large and in charge. Much bigger specimen than I was expecting, but very, very pretty. Is that scale? I think this plant might have scale. I'm not 100% sure, but there's some sap stuff going on. There's a little hard looking thing that might be scale. So I'm gonna have to take a look at this before I kind of put it in with the other plants for sure. But yeah, otherwise I hope not, because otherwise this would be a really nice plant. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a nice deep dive and take a look before I integrate it into the other plants, but hopefully not, because this is a really pretty plant. The scale overall is pretty easy to take care of from what I understand. Yeah, I think this definitely has scale because there's a few of these on here, which I will scrape off and wash myself before I touch anything else. I'm gonna have to go through with kind of like a fine-tooth comb and see if there's any more on this plant, but if so, I'll have to take it all off before I integrate it in. So maybe I'll let this kind of rehab outside for a little while. We will have to see. But this is why it's important to always isolate your plants. I have them kind of on my desk here. The rest of my plants are over there, so they're kind of not within reach, but I'll have to like do some pest management just to be sure. But let's look and see at the very last plant. Last but certainly not least is a Syngonium albo. So you can kind of see there's that white variegation there. There's a new leaf coming in here, which I don't know if it will survive or not. And you can kind of see some modeling on this one. Yeah, very pretty. Very, very pretty. This has also been, and this looks like a more mature specimen due to the leaf shape, but this has also been on my wish list for quite some time. I've never owned a Syngonium albo. This is my first like albo plant, which, yeah, definitely excited to add in. Syngonium typically prop pretty easily, so I'm hoping this one grows and props quite quickly, but we'll have to see. First is gonna kind of rehab it for a while, get it, you know, in good living condition, and then see if we can kind of grow it out a little bit. Check this one, looks good for pests so far. Since they all traveled together in the box and I found scale on the Wendlandii, I mean, I'll probably just treat all of the plants, but the Wendlandii for sure has to get super isolated and go in like a deep treatment. But like I said, since they all kind of traveled together, they're all gonna get treated. But yeah, this albo is very beautiful. Definitely really pretty, nice white sectoral pieces there. Definitely excited to add this one to the collection. Also, as another little extra goodie, he threw in some, which I believe is Lechuzapon, which I've never used before. So this will be a little experiment in Lechuza. I've heard good things about it overall. Once again, never used it, so we'll have to test it out and see. Maybe I'll try that instead of Leca in one of these. He mentioned one of the plants was in Lechuza before, so maybe I'll put that plant back in to see if it does well. But other than that, that's all I got. That's all we got today, friends. What an exciting little box we got from Steve. Thanks again so much. Hopefully, you know, I'm gonna go through the plants again and double check everything, but hopefully the Wendlandii pulls through. Hopefully it didn't spread to any of the other plants, so I'll have to double check and make sure. But other than that, I'm really excited to add a lot of these to the collection. Gonna do my due diligence and kind of isolating them and letting them sit, but excited to rehab them and see where they go, see how they flourish. If you liked what you saw today, hit the like button, give it a big ol' thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe with the notifications on. Hit that little notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.